All right, so this is another item that we've used with Adobe Express. This one is going to be kind of something that we're going to put on social media just to show what teachers are doing in the classroom with technology. So we have a program called TechSperts, and in TechSperts we have teachers that have committed to using technology and integrating technology in the classroom. And after that first year of being with us, then we ask them to pass their knowledge on to other teachers and kind of mentor and coach other teachers as well. So one of the things they're doing here is providing professional development on Apple Classroom. So in Apple Classroom, they get to use those tools with their pre-K students, kind of keep them locked in and engaged on the iPads. So Miss Richardson, picture right here, is demonstrating that to some of our other pre-K teachers, a classroom full of teachers. So let me get right to it. We're going to reproduce this image given some of the elements here. What I'm going to do is show just a background, and then we have our TechSpert logo that I'm going to put behind her, but still kind of keep this background visible here. And let's see, have another graphic here. Let's see if we can replicate that. All right, so these are essentially the elements that we've got. So I've got a splotch, a paintbrush that I got from Elements. And now that I'm looking in Elements, if I search brush or brush stroke, then you'll find some of these design assets that look like a brush stroke. So something like this, or I can do this and crop it, something like that. So any old brush stroke that I wanted, I could kind of put in there. All right, next thing, let me see if I can get, let me get a picture of a circuit board. All right, let's do a circuit board, something like that. So I'm gonna insert this picture. This is gonna be my background because it's technology. So yeah, it's gotta be a circuit board. So let's make this kind of big. You see it's kind of overlapping everything else. So how do we take care of that? Well, let's take that layer and drag it to the bottom. Now it's on the bottom. Now I could further take that and drop the opacity, or that's the see-throughness of this thing. I just invented that word, see-throughness. So that'll be right here. This particular picture, you can see I already have a crop applied to it. I use the rounded rectangle crop. So it gives it kind of a round edge instead of just sharp rectangular edges. Cropped out what I think I didn't need there. I could add a little bit more classroom if I wanted to, or take some out. Doesn't matter. So that's right there. Click away from it and it takes the crop. All right, next thing is how do we kind of get this back here to where we can still see a contrast, but it's not totally taken over, because this blue and this red, they can really contrast with things behind them. Like even here, stuff will get lost. So what we like to do is just take a little piece of this, kind of give it some little background here. Let me see if I can get that close to being centered. That's pretty close. TechSpert will stick out, but that's fine. Next thing I'll do is come through, and I want to group it while I can. So I'm going to hold Shift and click TechSpert. Now both of them are highlighted. I'll hit Group, and what that does is it makes it a single element, but then I can still dig into the layers. So when I click on that double layer, so here's the double layer over here, click it, and there we go. Now I'm in it. I select that. I want to change that to white. So that particular graphic is one color, but I want it to change. So I'm going to go to my effects, and I'm going to change. You can pick a color that you want that are already selected. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go custom, and I'm just going to make it white. It's going to give it kind of a cloudy look once I get done with it. Let me go back, and then I'll change the opacity to give it a little bit of that see-throughness right here. So not totally, but now I've got kind of a cloudy, see-through, transparent look here. All right, so we're getting pretty close to the image. So this is what we started with here. All right. All right, so now let's get this photo to be a little bit bigger. Let me grab these corners, pull them up, maybe about right here. Let's see, pink line in the middle means I'm centered. All right, let's see. Let's go about right there, centered again. All right. Now let's take Texpert and stretch that out. So I've got maybe about right here, maybe about right there. All right, so let's take Duncanville and put this somewhere here in the bottom. Last thing is I want Miss Richardson to kind of be in front of that, but still be kind of that layered look. So what I'm going to do is just click the photo, copy it, and paste it. Now you can see that photo is on top of everything, and that is just fine. Now the trick is to come over here, remove background, and that was quick. So it removed the background. I can check and see exactly what was removed. All right, that is pretty clean. It even got our other teacher in the picture here. All right, let me get that right back on top. The next step is just going to be to take that top image and drag it. Let's see, where do I want it? Actually, that works because Texpert is under the first image. I could put it on top, but I want it under the first image and above the second one. Let's take Duncanville and put that back. Oh, we got to put that one all the way on top. There we go. So now I think we're pretty close. All right, besides the change of the background, that's pretty close to what we're looking at. There we go. So that's how we do that graphic. Adobe Express, great at doing the background removal, so you can have nice little effects going on here. How about that? All right, so thanks for watching. This is my journey. This is something I learned that I could do. One more thing. All right, so one more thing that I've kind of learned to like about Adobe Express is this particular graphic here is these dimensions. Well, I made another one using the same concept with different dimensions. In this program, I can have different pages that are different dimensions, so I could have an entire campaign of photos in one particular document, and I can just recycle some things as I'm going through here. But that's one thing that I do like, is that I can use different dimensions on different pages, and then when I share, when I end up downloading it, it'll download it as PNG, it'll put it in a zip file, and each one will be its own image as different in different sizes. All right.